Hello and welcome to Just One More Watch. I would hope it was fairly obvious, but I have such a good time making these videos. I love finding new pieces for review on the channel. I love researching them and road testing them. And I love it when I come across something that makes me go, nice. And this watch, the Odyssey 2 by Richard Legrand, did exactly that. Credit where it's due though, I didn't discover this one. A friend of mine, Ashley, spotted it and sent me a couple of photos. I contacted Richard Legrand and they kindly sent me a piece for review. So thanks to Ashley and to Richard Legrand today. So if you spot something that you think I should be reviewing on the channel, please get in touch with me. Send me an email, justonemorewatch@gmail.com, or get in touch via Instagram @justonemorewatch. I'd love to hear about new pieces that perhaps have slipped under my radar. So what exactly was it about this Richard Legrand that piqued my interest, that floated my boat? Well, I think this is the classiest looking dive watch that I've encountered at this price point. Let's flip the camera and get a closer look at it. So, a classy watch in a big box today then. Richard Legrand, another brand that started on Kickstarter. It seems to be the way these days. If you've got a micro, if you want to make a watch, then crowdfunding is the way to go. Outer box, inner box. Now, this is the Odyssey 2, which clearly suggests that there was an Odyssey 1 at one point. And, oh, there it is. See what I mean? It's just a lovely looking watch. Definitely more expensive looking than the $299 price tag would suggest today. The fact that this is the Odyssey 2 clearly suggests there was an Odyssey 1 at one point, and indeed there was. The Odyssey 2 features a number of changes, a thinner overall case and an improved bracelet. Apparently the original though was pretty decent for the money. And at $299 today you're getting an all stainless steel watch with a sapphire bezel insert, a Seiko NH35 movement, a ceramic dial, a BGW9 Superluminova and a decent bracelet. And it looks classy. So 41 millimeters in diameter today. It's about 14.5mm thick, 48mm lug to lug, so not particularly large on the wrist. This one features 20mm lug width, which I think is a great choice rather than 22, tapering down to 18, giving us a 20mm clasp there. Sized up for my 7-inch wrist, the watch weighs 150 grams, which is just about spot on, I would say, for an all stainless dive watch on a stainless steel bracelet. So 316L stainless steel case and bracelet and bezel. We have got a very pleasant piece of double domed sapphire crystal there. You can just see it poking out from the bezel insert. There's a little bit of AR coating on the underside today, and the bezel insert today is sapphire. Again, something you don't see very often at this price point. You see a lot of aluminium, you see quite a bit of ceramic, but this is only the second piece that I've reviewed around the $300 that has featured a sapphire bezel insert, and I think that certainly adds to the classiness. So the dial is really where this one punches above its weight. We've got a ceramic dial with sunburst, we've got that sapphire bezel insert, and I think a really nice clean design. They've kept it pretty simple, just Richard Legrand there underneath the 12 o'clock printed and the Odyssey automatic printed above the 6. Applied hour markers, just batons everywhere else, and we've got Arabics at 12, 3, 6 and 9. Now simple hour and minute hand, but that second hand is just gorgeous, and it extends all the way out to the minute track, which is, to be honest, a bit of a rarity. I think just a really nice, cohesive and classy design. This one is blue. I picked the blue. I thought it played nicely with the light. They also do a black if you're a little more conservative, and a DLC version. As you'd expect from a dive watch, we have a unidirectional rotating bezel, though rather unusually they've gone with a 90-click unidirectional rotating bezel. I still haven't worked out quite why you would want a 90-click rotating bezel. Perhaps somebody can enlighten me in the comment section below. There's a tiny little bit of bounce, but it's not too bad, all things considered, for the price point. Case finishing also perfectly decent. Coin edge bezel there, as you can see. Just a simple brushed effect on the side of the case, brushed on the upper lugs. Little bit of polish there on the lug chamfer, little bit of polish on the sign crown there as well. Now vintage style today, no crown guards, but it is screwed down as you would expect, this being a 200 meter dive watch. Bracelet is also perfectly decent, nice consistent brushing there on the lugs, solid links, just push pins but it was very easy to operate, and a nice clasp. You know I love a nice clasp. Really appreciate the fact that they put the Richard Legrand logo running landscape style. Quite unusual, you don't see that too often, but really suits the aesthetic here, and a milled clasp, hallelujah. And check the case back, it's a cracker. Apparently this is the Odyssey logo there, the diver's helmet and the crossed anchors. So much depth there as well, a nice little touch. You know, companies don't have to do this, but it's always nice when they take that little extra effort. Odyssey 200 automatic, 200 WR, 316L stainless steel, and clearly screw down as well, solid end links on the bracelet. 8 out of 10 cats prefer the Seiko NH35, and Richard Legrand is no different in that respect. Easy to see why when they pop up accuracy figures like that though. Just coming in around the 5 seconds, and that's over a fortnight, mostly in the boxy winders, but this one has been out and about with me over a couple of days. You know the score here, 21,600 vibrations per hour leading to 6 ticks per second, 42 hour power reserve. Hacks hand winds should give you years of service, these Seiko movements, which is why you'll find them in just about every single micro brand at this price point. And there's the Loomshot BGW9 Superluminova, and plenty of it. And that sapphire bezel insert gives the whole thing a bit of an eerie glow. It's quite a feature of these sapphire inserts. The fact that they're loomed means the whole piece of glass has got a little bit of a blue glow to it. Very nice indeed. Looks just as classy at nighttime as it does during the daytime. Looks pretty good on wrist too. Definitely more expensive than the $299 price tag suggests. Now 41mm in diameter, I guess if you're making one watch, you want it to appeal to as many people as possible, so it's a pretty decent size all things considered, and as mentioned 48mm lugs means that it wears quite nicely. Love that little landscape style branding on the clasp there, but looks pretty good. Sapphire insert, ceramic sunburst dial, very nice indeed. They also supply a super soft silicone rubber strap in with the box as well. Nothing you couldn't pick up on eBay for 10 bucks frankly, but hey, I can't complain about something for nothing, can I? And there is an all brushed Richard Legrand tang and buckle. You can probably chuck away this strap and swap it out for perhaps a brown leather might look nice during the week if you're so inclined. Not too many moans and niggles then with those specs and this price. I've gone back and forth with the Arabics at 12, 3, 6 and 9. When I got it I was like, oh, they're a bit too small, and then I think no, they're probably actually just about the right size. The dial might look slightly unbalanced, and as I said, I think the whole thing looks nicely proportioned. Now the sunburst ceramic dial and that sapphire insert, if you're out and about in bright sunshine, there is quite a lot of glare, quite a lot of reflection off the watch. Certain lights it can look quite spectacular, in other lights it can look a little bit overpowering, and those handsome good looks are a bit of a curse as well as a blessing. Perhaps you expect a little bit too much of the watch once you've looked at it. It doesn't feel quite as classy in the hand or on the wrist as you would expect given those kind of model film star looks, the ceramic dial, the sapphire bezel insert, etc. Not a bad thing, I don't think. It doesn't feel cheap, it just doesn't feel quite as classy as you were expecting it to, given how sensational it looks out of the box. But at $299, great specs, 2-year warranty, 7-day returns. I don't think you're going to go too far wrong with one of these. So there you have it, the Odyssey 2 by Richard Legrand then. I think, so far anyway, the classiest looking dive watch I've encountered at this price point. Great set of specs for the money. Not perfect, fingers crossed they do an Odyssey 3, but if you pick yourself up one of these, I highly doubt you'll be disappointed. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video.